Hey everybody, well look like Chucky to me, but it's actually Representative Nick Bain, Republican from Corinth. In a bill, no, he tosses a ball in the air from his seat as Democratic Representative Zacchaeus Summers asked Republicans to allow debate of amendments to help poor mothers and children on Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. At the Mississippi Capitol in Jackson. So I guess he's taking it seriously. He's sitting there tossing a ball in the air. Let's go ahead and get to the article. House Republicans abruptly end debate as Democrats offer amendments to help poor women and children. The House Republican majority flexed its muscles Tuesday and abruptly cut off Democrats' efforts to offer amendments that aim to improve the health of poor Mississippi women and children. The debate came on Republican-authored House Bill 1671, which provides multiple tax credits for businesses and individuals for making contributions to pregnancy crisis centers that were created to try to curb abortion in the state and for contributions to various adoption services. The bill, Republican supporters said, was designed to provide additional help for women and children after the 2022 ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court ending a national right to an abortion and resulting in a near total abortion ban in Mississippi. Democrats had planned to offer multiple additional amendments that they said would provide additional help for women and children. The amendments, all based on Democratic bills, Republicans killed earlier in the session without debate or a vote, included extending postpartum Medicaid coverage for new mothers from 60 days to 1 year, as at least 35 other states had done. Increasing welfare benefits for poor mothers and children. Placing more oversight over the Mississippi Department of Human Services as a result of the ongoing scandal where at least $77 million in welfare funds were misspent, resulting in the criminal conviction of some public officials and private contractors. Quote, "We let rich Mississippians steal welfare funds." That's not bread, is it? This amendment simply says we will raise the allotment for poor women and children, said Representative Robert Johnson, the House Democratic leader from Natchez. If you don't want to take care of them in the hospital, at least vote to feed them. But Democrats didn't get the chance to offer and debate most of their amendments. On motions by Representative Steve Massengill, a Hickory Flat Republican, the GOP majority voted to cut off debate on two Democratic amendments, though a handful of Republican members voted with Democrats to debate those issues. Then Rep. Jody Steverson, a Republican from Ripley, voted to stop the amendment process and to end debate on the bill. And I believe it's Steverson. Steverson's motion to end debate prevailed, 68 to 46, though 4 Republicans voted with the Democrats. The 4 Republicans opposing the Steverson motion were Becky Curry of Brookhaven, Jansen Owen of Poplarville, Kent McCarty of Hattiesburg, and Dana McLean of Columbus. Before the vote, various Democrats pleaded with their Republican colleagues that debate be allowed to continue. These amendments are in support of women and families and children in the state of Mississippi, said Zacchaeus Summers, a Democrat from Jackson. Let's vote them up or down. That is the process. Johnson said, When a motion is made to table an amendment, that means they, Republicans, don't want to hear what you have to say. That means they don't want anybody to know what we're up for doing. That means an issue as important as mothers, children, and the birth and the life and the ability to survive. Nobody wants to talk about it. The public will know that not only are you against women and children, but against the democratic process. And look at him. He's a Republican. He's sitting there looking just like Chucky. I mean, come on, really? All that's missing is the colored hair. The face has it. Tossing a ball in the air. Now, here's the deal. These are the Republicans. And that's why it kills me. I'm not saying it kills me. I find it interesting whether you vote independent, Democrat, or Republican. Do you? But it kills me for people to really think that all these politicians are going to make something, life-changing. In case you didn't know, they've made it very clear they don't care about the poor women and children, and that's the key right here. Poor women and children. They don't care about you. We care more about the immigrants. We've seen how we've got Americans sleeping in the ATM vestibules. We're hearing the reports. Oh my gosh, and I got to find the video. It was horrible. It sounded like a teenager, a kid, and they were sleeping in the offices, homeless. And the person was like, why should I even be here? The point of being alive, just heartbreaking. They don't care. What is this? Give me your poor, give me your tie, give me your poor 100. They're already here. They're already here. So I wanted to go ahead. Let me kind of scroll back down here. Let me scroll back down here. I wanted to mention something. Yes. So here in Mississippi, as a result of a total abortion ban in Mississippi. So even in the case of RAPE, INCEST, gonna force women to have that child. Who are you? That's people have different religious beliefs. One woman just recently, I believe they're married, a family. Oh my goodness, and it doesn't matter. One woman recently, her child actually died in her stomach, and she wasn't the first one, forced to give us stillbirth, forced to carry an unalive child, put a woman through that. So here in Mississippi wouldn't be the same thing, and I'm not sure if that happened in Mississippi, but to give you an idea. So here's a plan which provides multiple tax credits for businesses and individuals for making contributions to pregnancy crisis centers that were created to try and curb abortion. And also contributions to various adoption services. And you wouldn't even allow that? The cruelty of people. But the Republicans, are we surprised? They're not for poor people. They're just not. I'm to the point now, America doesn't care about the poor. Now, I will say this, and people can vote for whomever they want, I think a lot of people, like some of the money that was given to the families, additional funding, the Republicans, they would have never have allowed that. Nah, they wouldn't have allowed that. Again, this here, try to curb abortion and help with adoption services. Won't even have the debate on it. So they don't debate it. The politicians, my opinion, they're in it for themselves. But this here is just cruelty. And then we got all these other folk over here, immigrants. We already have America's poor. Again, it didn't say illegal immigrants. It said amendments to help poor women and children. These are our citizens. So the Republicans basically Speaks volumes. I just think it's heartless. I think it is totally heartless. Extending postpartum Medicaid coverage for new mothers, and that is a major issue. I'm not a mom, I haven't experienced that, but I understand with women that is so real. Turn your life upside down. So just asking to extend the postpartum Medicaid coverage for new mothers from 60 days to 1 year, as at least 35 other states have done. Didn't we just give Ukraine another 500, was it $1 million? We're paying for their pensions, we know that for sure. And have made it clear we're going to be there for them to the end. That's my understanding. More funding is going there so they can have clean food and water in the schools and the hospitals. What about our Americans? But we can't extend, and this is only to one state, Mississippi now. But we can't extend Medicaid coverage for new mothers. Increasing welfare benefits for poor mothers and children, they ought to be ashamed. No, but we can give welfare to other countries, and sure, they need help. But if you can help them, why can't you help your own? Oh, increasing welfare benefits for mothers and children. Don't forget the row, and then they want to go to billionaire row. The illegal immigrants. Where's that money? That's welfare. You are posted up in a hotel and then have the audacity to say, well, you're not going to go. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm not going to the shelter. I bet you want to stay at the row, stay at the hotel. That's welfare benefits. Hey, the address of the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The government pays for it. Welfare digs. Hella welfare digs, but seriously. Gee, let's not talk about corporate welfare. Now, for that, I'm sure the Republicans, hey, they're down with that. Corporate welfare. Remember all those companies? Corporate welfare and then still flying on jets. People talk about welfare, they never talk about corporate welfare. All these companies getting corporate, they can mess up and bail out. Small person, a little person, you mess up on your job, you're fired. Where's your parachute? Oh, unemployment. Look at that piece of crap. Look at that little check. It doesn't last long. And some people have been off that and they're still struggling. There's no more money for them to get. No more extensions. But what about corporate welfare? And they have all kind of vacation homes. Oh my goodness. They have yachts. Corporate welfare. I got to fly on they fly in on jets. The rest of us, coach, maybe first class every now and then. But to increase welfare benefits for poor mothers and children and let you know they don't care about the poor. And mostly poor people, you're going to have, you got poor of all nationalities. But as a minority, being a black person, you're definitely going to have more of them that are poor, women and children. That's why I said don't carry the seed of poverty, D. You're going to have to face it on your own. And we've seen how it turns out. It's a struggle. It's a very hard struggle. So all this money going out, and don't forget the poor women and children, these women are working. They've been abandoned, had to take a stand. They didn't abandon their children, but we can't increase the welfare benefits for poor mothers and children? Really? But you got folks, and these are taxpayers, by the way. But you got folks that haven't contributed anything, show up and got a free ride. Must be nice. Must be nice. Oh, this part here. So the amendments, these are the ones that they killed without debate or vote, included, don't forget, placing oversight over the Mississippi Department of Human Services as a result of an ongoing scandal where at least $77 million in welfare funds were misspent, resulting in the criminal conviction of some public officials and private contractors. $77 million? It makes me wonder, some of these people connected? Because how would you not? How would you let that slide? We lock up people every day for stealing food out of the stores. We lock up somebody for knocking over a gas station. $77 million. So let's pay some more oversight so this won't happen. They killed it. Let's increase more welfare benefits for mothers and children. You say, give me you're hungry, you're tired, you're poor. Well, guess what? They're already here. They're born here. Not going to increase any welfare benefits, but we're paying money out the wazoo to people who aren't even Americans. Really? We're paying for pensions. Make sure they have make sure that, it's for the hospitals or schools and food, whatever, I guess whatever they need. And don't forget, we're going to pay the pensions in Ukraine so they can have something in their pocket. But we can't pay for the increasing welfare benefits of poor mothers and children that probably need it. Maybe if those poor women had something in their pocket, they wouldn't need increasing welfare benefits. Who's going to put something in their pocket? I bet a lot of them probably don't even have a pension. But to increase welfare benefits to poor mothers and children, they do not care. What else can you say? Quote, we let rich Mississippians steal welfare funds. That's not you, is it, Brett? Is that you? Huh? This amendment simply says we will raise the allotment for poor women and children. Representative Robert Johnson, the House Democratic leader from Natchez, said if you don't want to take care of them in the hospital, at least vote to feed them. Look what he's doing. Tossing the ball in the air. Because I'm sure looking at his girth, you definitely being fed. I mean, that's a foregone conclusion given this position. But think about that. At least if you don't want to take care of them in the hospital, at least vote to feed them. And what's the result? The House Republicans abruptly end the debate as the Democrats offer amendments to help poor women and children. And this is an article in Mississippi Today. Sad. But we're helping everybody else trying to play big daddy dollars with other people that aren't Americans. So much in taking care of your citizens. I guess the American citizens are just last. But we're playing big daddy dollars with everyone else. And these Republicans to help poor women and children, I find it heartless. This act to me is just heartless. But yet, these are the politicians. Children they didn't ask to be here. These are your citizens. But hey, you're an immigrant coming over, yeah. $700 a night for a hotel, we got you. But to increase the welfare benefits, and I'm sure they're needed for poor mothers and children. So basically, I guess the poor mothers and children, they won't get the medical attention that they need, the food, whatever. You just have to make it on your own. What are you trying to do? You're trying to starve them out? Oh, that sounds cruel. Well, guess what? The fact that you would even kill it so they can't even have a debate, a vote on it, that's cruelty in my book. But all these, I mean, what is this biblical scripture? What is it? You don't take care of your own household. You're an infidel. What is it? What is this? What does it say about our people here? Many Americans gonna suffer, but hey, oh, you just roll your boat, and you're already here, and yeah, haven't paid a dime, and then got the nerve to complain. Oh, and don't fool yourself. Trust and believe. I'm sure some may try to sign up for some benefits. So the Republicans, you say you're so American. I always got your little pendants on your little lapels. He probably got one on too, looking like Chucky. All the Republicans, How do you sleep at night? But again, these are poor women and children, more than likely. A lot of them are minority. Even if you're poor and white, the Republicans, they don't care about you, boo. They don't. But again, I want to talk the corporate welfare. What about that? They don't need as much as these poor women and children need it. They don't. Heck, they flying in darn jets. You can get on first class, homeboy. That's what you can do. All this corporate welfare. And then when the top ones mess up, oh, you're gonna have to let him go. Johnny lost his job, but he gets $2 million a parachute. Really, really now. Average American gets let go. Again, you may get a severance package or unpaid sick time vacation and unemployment, and then good luck. And it doesn't. I think those unemployment checks could be a couple of months. So all this money going out to people who have never worked in the country, haven't paid a dime in taxes. And the House Republicans abruptly end debate as Democrats offer amendments to help poor women and children. So unless you have money, my opinion, of course, my commentary, they don't give a darn about you. They don't give a darn about you. So look at this happening, and then you have other people coming in to the country compete for the same jobs as those poor women. What if they undercut them? But hey, don't forget, we're willing to house them and feed them and shelter them, give them medical, driver's license in some states. So you're not even here legally. Get a driver's license for everybody. All that money being spent out, money all everywhere overseas, paying pensions for non-Americans. Oh, but we got some poor women and children. We're not going to invest in them. Just kill it. It speaks volumes about their humanity, or in this case, I will have to say, the lack thereof. So, thanks for listening to this article, the video. Let me know what you guys think. Simply said, here on YouTube, this I find it disturbing. You know, I'm not one that's always, I'm not the hashtag Joey B. That's not me. I find this disturbing. And these Republicans, this article, just some heartless, cold, blanketed blanks. Piece you all the lack of humanity. And these are Americans, the poor women and children. But we're making sure people that's not Americans just got here, want to make it as comfortable and make sure we tend to your needs. That is very hypocritical and it is very cruel. Simply said her on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.